Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another segment of WKCTC Live. My name is Mary Beth from the marketing office at WKCTC, and I will be your host today. For today's topic, we're having a parent Q&A. So if you're the parent of a prospective WKCTC student, or if you have questions regarding your child or grandchild, we would love to see your comments in the chat. I have 4 guests today that are going to help me answer your questions. I have Dr. Lisa Stevenson, Trent Johnson, Dr. Lori Beth Wilson, and Tom Butler. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
So I do want to remind our viewers that we are live. This is not a pre-recorded video. You can start typing in your questions now. So I'm going to ask everybody to introduce themselves. Tom, I'm going to start with you.
Hey, I'm Tom Butler, and I'm also part of the marketing team here at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. I'll be popping in and out today with questions from our viewing audience online on Facebook and YouTube. So send those questions in so you can see me some more. Bye.
Okay, Dr. Lisa Stevenson.
Hey guys, I am known commonly as Miss Lisa, and I work as the Director of K-12 Partnerships and the Community Scholarship Program here at the college, and I will say that I'm a proud alumni of West Kentucky Community and Technical College.
Great. Dr. Lori Beth Wilson.
Yes, hi, I am Lori Beth Wilson. I work in the K-12 Partnership Office as well, working with the dual credit students and helping out with pretty much anything that's going on. I've got a lot of summer students coming in and asking them questions about classes for the summer and then ready to enroll for the fall as well.
Thanks, Lori Beth. And Trent Johnson.
Hey guys, my name's Trent, and I'm the Director of Admissions here at West Kentucky Community Technical College, and I've been at the college for 10 years. So I really enjoy working with students, helping them go through this process. My office works very closely with Dr. Lori Beth and Dr. Lisa in helping students from high schools and just all walks get into our school and figure out how we can set them up to be successful.
Great. Thanks, everybody. And once again, welcome. We are going to jump right into the questions. Lisa, this question is going to be for you. How will WKCTC communicate with my child?
The primary way that we're going to communicate with your child, whether they be an incoming freshman or a dual credit student right now, will be through email and phone calls. We are all working remotely. So snail mail is out of the question at this point in time. Lori Beth has been doing some online meetings with parents, students, and counselors for dual credit. Trent's team and the advising center and myself, we've been working with students via email and phone calls. And then you may get a postcard in the mail if some things can go out through the mail, but primarily phone calls and email at this time.
Great.
I have something to add. Of course, it's phone calls, emails right now. The college is also has a texting service called Signal Vine. So financial aid is already texting small groups of students. The advising center is next to roll out, and then we're next in admissions. So not right this very second, but over the summer, there will be texting, and it is two-way texting that your students can do. So it's not going to be just a generic text message, but it's going to be actually a live person that somebody at the college is monitoring and can answer questions and can pass to other people. So that's another way that we're working towards working remotely and being able to contact all your students.
Okay. Thank you, Trent. Okay, the next question is going to be for Lori Beth. Why can't I talk to the professor for my child?
This is a question and a concern for parents because as a dual credit person, I help to enroll high school students who may not, most of them are not 18 yet. And so the parents feel like they should be able to contact that professor on our campus and ask them questions. Well, when a high school student, even if they're not 18, enroll in a college class, they now own their own personal information. We have the student signed FERPA forms so that we can discuss, we as in the college, WKCTC, can discuss information with the high school along with the parents. But the parent cannot pick up the phone and just simply expect a college professor to talk to them about their child's work. It does not work that way. Ever. The professors are very nice, and they're really thankful that there are some people in the students' lives that are supportive, but the communication has to come from the student. It needs to start from the student. It needs to continue going through the student, and the student, if they're not going to pick up a phone, they need to only use their KCTCS email account that they're going to communicate with that professor. And then, of course, they can always ask for an appointment. In these times, it may be a virtual appointment, but the professors on our campus have always been open and willing to meet with the students.
Great. Thank you, Lori Beth. I do want to remind everybody, if you're just now tuning in, that we are live. We would love to take your questions and, communicate with you as best that we can. Trent, this question is going to be for you. My student has applied to WKCTC, but is not yet registered for classes. What is the process for getting enrolled for fall classes?
Okay, so Dr. Lisa kind of already explained this a little bit. We have several units at the college that are doing a lot of outreach to students. But when a student applies, they usually information goes to the admissions office, and we work with them through our processes and getting their documents. But the best way to do it is contacting us. If you're a high school student, contacting the admissions office, and I think our information rolls across the screen. You can contact us through the email, phone. Some of you may have already been in contact with an academic advisor or made an appointment with the advising center, because I know some students that I've worked with have done that. Our advisors do host weekly chats, live chats, and they do a great job of working out students where they can meet them where it's convenient. And then also, Lisa and Lori Beth, and I know K-12 have been contacting students, so you may have got a call or text, email from them. So we're just working with multiple ways to get everybody enrolled, but the easiest way is just for us to reach out and get started. And you can do that through the enrollment inbox, the WKCTC enrollment at kctcs.edu.
I want to add to that one of the things that some students, graduating high school students, have contacted me about is, how do I get my transcript, my final high school transcript to West Kentucky Community and Technical College? Do not worry about that, student or parent. Your high school will get those to us. You do not have to worry about that at this time. So take that off your plate.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay, Lisa, this question is going to be for you. Does WKCTC have a virtual tour of campus?
We do have a virtual tour of campus, and we are also working on adding to that piece. And I believe you're going to put the link up for that. But at our website, on the campus maps page, there's information about each building on campus currently. Our website has a wealth of information then about certain program areas, student activities, advising, admissions, all of that. And then I would go ahead and say to you guys, just keep checking back, because the things are being updated almost daily. Also, parents and students, I encourage you to follow the college on social media, because that is a way also that we will be making announcements to students about events and about happenings. So Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for sure.
Great. Okay, Lori Beth, this one is for you. I need to pay a tuition bill, but the business office will not allow me to. What can I do?
Remember, these are questions coming from parents. And so as a parent calls in and says, I need to pay this bill, and they're frustrated because they're not able to pay the bill, they need to do a couple of things. One, if they called in with the student's info ID number or their WKCTC ID number, the business office would let them go ahead. If they have the consent to release already checked from their student's account, the student would go into their student self-service account and go through the little online form for consent to release to allow their parent to speak to people at WKCTC, then there would be no problem to sign a deal or to make any other contact with things such as this for their students. So I know as a parent myself, I get frustrated when I want to go and, I just want to pay my child's bill. Well, if they haven't gone in there and clicked that little box on the consent to release, it makes it very difficult. Not only for the parent, it makes it very difficult for our business office, because believe me, they really want to take the money for the bill, but they have to follow all the policies and procedures.
Thank you, Lori Beth. All righty. Do WKCTC classes transfer to other universities? Trent, we're going to let you handle this one.
Right. So this actually has been a topic that comes up a lot with parents, students, and has even been on our WKCTC Live before. So yes, our classes absolutely will transfer to other universities. A lot of students will come to WKCTC not only because it's one of the best community colleges in America, but because it's the best community college, I think, in Kentucky. And then our classes will help those students go to those four-year universities in state. They get such a better start with us. Our classes will transfer. Our advising center does a great job working out transfer plans for these students. So one example I like to give, because both of my parents were school teachers and I thought I was going to pursue teaching. And I decided I didn't want to get into education, but I've been here for 10 years. So one of the things is a student who wants to be a school teacher. I want to teach middle school history. They can start that degree at WKCTC through an Associate of Arts. And we already have several transfer agreements in place with like Murray State University. They're our closest local four-year. So we already have that track built out for those students. They would come in, we could advise them each semester what classes to take, get them in the correct pathway for their math classes, what science classes do they need. And then when they transfer to Murray State, they have 2 years already under their belt. Now, that is very easily done because of the work that's done beforehand. There's some other programs that we might have to do that legwork for. And it also depends on, what you're transferring your classes into. If you're changing your majors a lot and trying to do different things, it does get a little more difficult, but our classes absolutely transfer. A lot of students start with us to get those first 2 years, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science. They can save lots of money, start out, get their GPA where it needs to be. That helps their KEYS money, because all of our students that are coming to us from Kentucky, you earn those KEYS money in high school through all the good work that you've already done. So when you start out with us, it just kind of ensures that you're going to keep getting that money. And it's just a great way to start your college career.
So I would also add to that after you finish that degree with us, most all universities have some type of transfer scholarship. So then at that point in time, you would be able to apply for one of those transfer scholarships to a four-year university. And because you've done a great job with us, the likelihood of getting one is increased. And if you think about it, parents, your child maybe you don't have a senior right now, but you have a future West Kentucky student. Your senior goes into this big pile of graduates, but when they do a transfer scholarship, it's a smaller pool. So the rate of them being able to get a transfer scholarship increases over just a straight out of high school.
Great. Thanks, Lisa. So I do want to take this opportunity to remind you guys that we are live. If you have any questions for any of our panelists, we would love to take those questions now. Send us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Tell us that you're here. We would love to talk to you. Okay, so the next question that I have is for Lisa. We have been notified that the new student orientation is now online. Where do we find the video? And what if we have questions after watching it?
So the video is located under admissions, and if you scroll down, then there's a link to orientation. And on the left-hand side of the webpage there would be the orientation video. It's a very short video, and then there is an assessment form that students need to complete, and then if there are things that we need to follow up on, they will be directed at individuals from the campus. All throughout the video, phone numbers are shared, and even though we're working remotely at this time, keep in mind that our phones are transferred to our home phone or our cell phone. So we will get those messages, but you can watch that video more than once. So if you didn't write down a number, go back and watch it again. And then it walks you through everything that you need to know to get started.
I'm going to type in here if I can. Lisa talked about phone numbers, and I've seen on our WKCTC website that some of the people are having issues being on hold for long periods of time. Please, if you have an email address, try that first. That way people at the college can communicate with you there. Our phone numbers are forwarded, but sometimes maybe there's a glitch in something. I've just seen a lot of our students speak up on the comment section from our web app that they're not being able to connect with someone. So if you have questions, check out the website, try and get on the email, communicate that way, and see if that would help shorten your time to have to be online or on hold.
I also wanted to add that from the new student orientation page, there is a additional video resources navigation on the left-hand side that will take you to even more resources, even more videos about more resources that we have, like Student Life, the bookstore, a library tour, the tutoring center, and more. So, there are lots of informational videos that you can access through that new student orientation page. Okay, so the next question is going to be for Lori Beth. When will we receive a tuition bill? We might have lost Lori Beth, or you might be muted.
Let me try it.
There you go.
I'm working with my microphone. I've kind of got some echo going on, so I was trying to fix it. So let's go back to what I started with. The tuition bill will be different for dual credit students than it will be for our other college students. Dual credit students will not receive a bill until October in the fall or March in the spring. For normal college students, if you do not pay by the first day of class, you will be dropped from the class. So that's something that is very different. So parents who are trying to help their high school students out as far as dual credit goes, they're not used to students being able to stay in the class unless they've paid. But with the dual credit scholarship and the dual credit waiver, we actually have to touch those students one by one, and it takes quite a long time to get all of those things in our database. And so it is October for the fall and March for the spring. Again, if you are not a dual credit student and coming to our college, you have to pay the first of their class.
Thank you, Lori Beth.
I'm going to chime in there for community scholarship students. And as a reminder, those are students that graduated from Paducah Tillman High School, McCracken County High School, St. Mary, CCA, and are homeschooled in McCracken County. Because you're a dual credit student, if you are eligible to receive that scholarship, and if you need to check on your eligibility, you can always contact me. But if you need because we have to, again, like Lori Beth explained, it's a process. So when you get your bill, if you're a community scholarship and I have communicated with you or Justin Hill has communicated with you, do not do anything. And then your bill will be reconciled as quickly as we can.
Thanks, Lisa. Okay, Trent, the next question is for you. What is the Work Ready Scholarship and how does someone apply?
All right. So This is something that is relatively new to our state and has went through a couple different changes, but the Work Ready Scholarship is a scholarship that is funded through KEA, same organization that goes through the KEYS money, and that's KHEAA, Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority. And this scholarship is directed to several of our program areas that go through technical programs, health programs, business programs, computer and information technology, covers certificates, diplomas, and even now associate's degrees, so up to 60 credit hours. What this scholarship is students have to fill out their FAFSA. They have to do that first, and it's a gap-funded scholarship. So after students complete their FAFSA, they will go to the KEA website, or they can Google Work Ready Scholarship Kentucky, and it's usually the first one that pops up, and they can apply for the scholarship. Now, the criteria, it has nothing to really do with GPA or ACT scores like most of your other scholarships that are out there. This is basically going to be based on a few criteria: being a Kentucky resident, not having a associate's degree, having a high school diploma or a GED, or be working on your GED. Adults can apply for this too. And you have to go to a school like WKCTC and be in one of those program areas. So basically, any of those program areas can be eligible for free college tuition after you do your FAFSA. Now, it will not cover books, and it will not cover any of your student fees. So you will still have some cost in this, but you're talking about getting a quality education from one of the best community colleges in America for little to no cost after you do your financial aid. So it's a great opportunity. There's not funding for the summer, and this scholarship just opened May 1st. So it has a little bit different scholarship window period than some of the other scholarships that students may be looking for that end kind of in the winter. This one doesn't open up till May. So May 1st was the first day you could do it. Our financial aid office has been wonderful working with students, and I know their information has flashed several times on here. Please reach out if you have questions about how to apply. If you have questions while applying, and we can definitely walk you through that process. And that's how you apply.
Thank you, Trent. We have just a few more questions here pre-loaded for us to go over. This is going to be your last chance to submit some questions. You know, if you're not a parent or a grandparent, if you're a potential student or if you're a current student, don't hesitate to type in your questions. We would love to take those right now, and if we can't answer them, we will make sure and get you to the person who can. Okay, so the next question: how can we check students' schedules and other information? Okay, Lisa, that one's for you.
All students are, once they set up their KCTCS email account, can go to our website, click on the current student area, and then the different tiles will come up, and one of them is called My Path. And in that My Path area, you can check on a wealth of things there. Lori Beth may mention the consent to release form. So if a student's parent wants them to fill out the consent to release form, that's located in that area. You'll be able to check your schedule in that area, find out who your advisor is. Also, you'll be able to change your major if you want to change your major. There's a task list there also, so you would be able to look at your task list to see what you still need to do. So, for example, if something needs to be finished in financial aid, it'll be on your task list. Right now, for all incoming high school graduates, you can see that there could be a hold on your record. And that hold, Trent, if I'm not mistaken, is more than likely for that final high school transcript.
Final high school transcript, or if any of your students have been to taken dual credit from Murray or any other four-year university, and they put that on their application, they might have that hold there. And right now, I've been working with several students, and they ask, when can I order that transcript? You know, when can I get that in? You've got to wait till grades are posted for those universities, because students who may have ordered a transcript right after they applied may have got a transcript that didn't have grades on it, their final grade. So this might not have been an official transcript. So those transcripts are what the holds would be.
Thanks, everyone. Okay, the next question. What courses should my child sign up for if they don't know what degree they want to pursue? Lori Beth, this one is for you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to say something really quick about what
Sure.
Trent said, and then I'm going to answer this question if you don't mind. I
Absolutely.
do apologize. I had a quick visitor. I was trying to do some ventriloquist and it didn't work very well. Anyway, Trent was talking about the admission hold. We do receive a high school transcript from the high school students whenever they're taking dual credit, and they think that's their final high school transcript. But as Trent talked about, or I guess he's over there, Trent talked about, it has to be a finalized transcript with the degree date on it. So the high school degree date or the diploma date has to be listed on that high school transcript. So even though they've sent in several probably transcripts, if they've been dual credit students, that's why there's still a hold on there. So I wanted to add to that. And so now I'm going to answer the question, what courses should my students sign up for if they really don't know what they want to pursue as far as their college degree? So we do have some very basic general education courses that pretty much will cover and leave that door wide open for students. English 101, almost every program in our particular college, the technical programs, the AA, AS, AFA, English 101 will be a course that almost every student will need. Digital literacy is required for every degree, most every degree that we offer. So a digital literacy course, whether it be CIT 105, OST 105, or the DLC course. So that's something that all students can take. If you really continuously don't know what you want to do and what you want to pursue, I would highly discourage students from taking too many courses. After the English and possibly the computer class, digital literacy, maybe history class, that would be in our heritage and humanities category, maybe an art, music, or theater class, possibly a psychology class. But I just wouldn't encourage a student who was absolutely no idea what they wanted to do for college to take more than 3 or 4 courses, because you can actually think that you're saving yourself some money and saving yourself time when you actually end up costing yourself money and costing yourself just extra time that you shouldn't have to spend that extra time with. We have a variety of programs at WKCTC, such as nursing or engineering, that have a very prescriptive course list. And that prescriptive course list does not allow for any extra courses. So if students are taking too many courses and go over their maximum time that the college allows, there is a 90%, help me out, it's not 90%, it's 150% of the courses that they take. So in an associate degree, when you should be able to take 60 college credit hours, if you go past 90, which would be the 150% of that degree, that's 30 extra hours. So you're taking extra hours for no reason, then your financial aid wouldn't pay. So as I say, sometimes taking courses that you don't really know what you want to do and what area you want to pursue can actually hurt a student, not help them. So super important to really start focusing in and just stay with the basics.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. I hope you didn't forget about me, but we do have a question from the chat room. This is from Aaron. When does registration for summer classes end? Can I take a summer class to apply to a degree at another school?
Yeah, so I can take that one. So Aaron, thank you for your question and joining us today. And summer class registration is still open. We have several different terms this summer of when you can start classes at WKCTC. We still have a large variety that's starting in June. I think June 8th is the first date of classes that start this summer. You can definitely take a class with us and transfer that to another university towards your degree. A lot of students are doing that. It's a very simple process. You just need to fill out an application and send us an unofficial transcript. It doesn't have to be the official. An unofficial would work just fine for this. And then tell us what class you want to take. I can be more than happy to walk you through that process. My email is in the chat. You can reach out to me and I'll walk you through that process and we'll get you taken care of. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Trent. Okay, guys, so we've got one more question, and this one is going to be for Trent as well. My student is registered for classes. What are the next steps?
Right. So we get this question a lot as we're reaching out to, because the registration piece is just one part of that onboarding process to WKCTC. So the next step would be for students to watch that online orientation video so they can start to learn how to figure out how to set up their student self-service, set up their KCTCS email, learn how to activate their username and password for Blackboard, watch those online tutorials for online learning and the different resources we have, and just reach out. Whoever registered your student, you should have that email, you should have that phone number. Tell your students to reach out and say, hey, what's next? What can I do? How can I get into my student self-service? Getting into there will allow your student, and when I say there, your student self-service, allow your student to check if they have anything to do. They might have a document to turn into financial aid so that their FAFSA can completely process. They may need to apply for the Work Ready Scholarship. Like I said, that scholarship just opened. They could contact whoever worked with them and say, am I in an eligible program? That would be something that they would need to do. Ordering books, getting in touch with the bookstore. There's just a few more things that they need to do, but that constant communication, that constant reaching out, all of the staff through K-12, through the admissions team, financial aid, advising center, we're here to help. And I know that it's a little different process, but we all have accessibility to our phones. We all have accessibility to our emails. So just keep reaching out, keep asking questions. And we plan to do these WKCTC lives twice a week going through the summer. So there's going to be a lot of great sessions coming up. So just keep tuning in, and maybe that'll help you get ready for the start of the semester in August.
Thank you, Trent. And I want to thank all of my panelists today for joining us. We do have the admissions, the financial aid, and the advising office emails and phone numbers up on the screen currently. So if you did not get to ask a question today, we do have those contact information there for you, and we would love for you to take advantage of that. That is going to wrap up our segment of WKCTC Live. I just wanted to give a reminder that WKCTC is on its summer schedule and will be closed on Fridays throughout the summer. WKCTC is also going to be closed on Monday for Memorial Day. The next segment of WKCTC Live will be 1 week from today on May 26th, and the topic will be student support and engagement. Happy Thursday to all of you. Everyone have a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you later. Thank you.
Thanks.